Peace and blessings, beautiful beings. I trust that you guys are doing great. I trust that you guys are doing well on this beautiful Sunday. I am currently at the African Center in Harlem for the 31st Annual African Film Festival. My playwright, director, friend, Ms. Taiwo Aloba is one of the panelists, and she wanted me to do one of the monologues that she wrote for a play that we did last December. For those that are returning people who have watched my vlogs, this was a previous vlog. It was called The Sea, and it was an amazing play. And so I'm gonna be doing a monologue for it. So I'm gonna change out of this outfit and change into that and get into character. But enjoy this vlog. Had to come back and change.
Heaven and earth from sunup to sundown to get those funds, but a wave smashed into their vessel and caught fire. He disappeared into the sea. 200 shells. 200 days since I set my eyes on my Jahari. Only 51 people out of 300 survived. 51. I have not known or seen him in the last 200 days. Why didn't I teach him how to swim? I failed him. We were going through a difficult time. Employment was scarce and he never cared much about fishing. In fact, he feared water. Trapped between hunger and exile, he was convinced that his future was across the seas. He promised to make enough money to buy me a 3-story concrete house. It was all he talked about for months. I must confess that I also envied the mothers whose sons lived in Spain, how glorified they were in the community. I went with him to the shore on the night of the trip. As I stood on the wet floor of that wharf, I could tell something was not right. Close to 300 people were waiting to embark on a small vessel on a journey heading for the Spanish coast of the Canary Islands. I was assured he would be fine. He was traveling with 3 of his cousins. It's not a crime to want a better life. Sometimes, when I'm at sea and spread my net and feel something heavy, I fear it could be my son's body. Oh, Charlie! Oh, Charlie! Even though my life revolves around fishing, I have not been able to eat one since my Charlie. I have to fish because my young children depend on me, but I could never eat from the sea that took my Charlie.
Oh my goodness. I delivered that. I really felt that monologue and I hope somebody recorded it. Oh my goodness. I really tapped into that character.
Before acting, seeking now that can bring picture.
And it's actually currently on view at the Malta Biennial, along with a textile tapestry. And it's the third of a video series that I call Cousins. The first one is Pali, which was on view at the Newark Museum of Art, and it was Pali, the seat of the ancestors, which is way at the bottom of the ocean. And then the second one is Cosmic Echoes, and that one is at the Portland Museum of Art. And all of these videos, they piece different parts of the earth together that hold specific histories, and some histories that are unknown, some that I kind of imagine. They're all centered around the water and the land. For example, in this video, you'll see some of Malta, but then at the same time, you'll see the Virginia Key Beach, where people of African descent, particularly from the Bahamas and Miami, created a resort at a time where they were excluded from rest and leisure. So this space, those waters, which is very interesting because if you go to the Bahamas, the waterfronts look similar.
Part of why we tell stories like that is to provoke conversations and to foster empathy as well. So, anyone who sees that and hears that story and sees the physicality, sees this mother mourning, the passing of the son, feels the loss, is definitely impactful using physicality. So yes, it's very integral to.
Ooh, just now getting back home from a very productive, very eventful, beautiful, rich night. It was definitely a very rich evening full of conversations that dealt with just today's circumstances, our ancestors, activism, migration, and just so many beautiful things. There were 4 panelists. I was only able to capture 1 panelist because between 1 and 2, I was changing and then I had to change back. But I received so many great feedbacks to the play that I did the monologue for. Shout out to Miss Taiwo Aloba, my very good friend sister who really curated that play. It's events like these nights that make me feel very aligned with my artistry, being the creative being that we are, being the artist that I am. And one of the moderator actually said this, like, we're all artists in our own medium, in our own art form. Even a language is an art, and so I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful for Taiwo for trusting me to do this monologue and to be placed into a room to connect, to network, and to really put my creative side of being in the theater, being on stage, which is truly my calling. My deepest calling is being on stage and being in theater, acting, dancing, singing especially. And I'm very grateful. The African Center, I cannot believe. I was ashamed to say, but someone said it before me, actually. He was one of the panelists. He was saying he was ashamed to say that this was his first time there. And I had to be right there, right behind him and tell him, don't be ashamed, because I'm right with you. I've been in New York for so long and I've never visited or frequented the African Center. And it's such a beautiful area in East Harlem. And it was really great to be around like-minded people, and people who know so much deep, rich history of Africa, of specific countries like Sierra Leone, Senegal, Kenya. And it was an amazing night. And I'm glad that I took it upon myself to bring you guys along with me. And so I really, really hope that you guys enjoyed it as much as I experienced it. I probably didn't get as much footage as I would have liked or preferred, but you get what you get, all right? But thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next Sunday. Peace and blessings.